Across East Africa, Engineers Without Borders East Africa is bridging the gap between aspirations and possibilities, igniting hope and paving the way for brighter futures. In rural communities, we've constructed clean water systems, providing thousands with access to safe drinking water. This vital resource safeguards health and ensures a foundation for growth. This is the story of a community in Lweyo, Namutamba, Mityana district.
Engineers Without Borders twagifuna nga tuyita mu mikwano gyaffe abaana enzaalwa y'e Namutamba. Baatandika n'okunoonya ekifo ekituufu we tuyinza okufuna amazzi. Nitwebaza Katonda, amazzi baagafuna era nga mangi nnyo.
Actually, for Engineers Without Borders to have a production well that is of that nature, technically we call them artesian wells. The artesian wells, to have that source in that area, of the Namutamba area, where we have tried so many times and we have failed. As a district, as government, we have failed. Me, I took it as a miracle. That source alone, it is going to help me to serve, actually I would say 95% of Bulera sub-county, the whole of Bulera sub-county, that source alone, because it has the capacity to give me all the water that I will need to serve the whole sub-county, and even beyond. Because I usually take it that water doesn't know borders, doesn't have boundaries. So if pressures can allow me to go even outside the Bulera, the better.
Amazzi gano gagenda kutuyamba nnyo. Ekisooka, tulina abatuuze abawerako. Kumpi buli kyalo tuyinza okukibalirira abantu ekitono, abantu 600 buli kyalo. Ate nga tulowooza nti amazzi gano gagenda kutambula mu miruka 4. Kwegamba abantu abagenda okugaganyulwamu bangi. Ate era mu kitundu kino mulimu amalwaliro. Ng'abantu omuntu bw'aba mulwadde okufuna obuweerero oba obuyambi bw'amazzi agali okumpi kijja kuba kituyamba nnyo.
I take water as a driving force, as fuel for development. Meaning, once we avail water to these areas, and in particular to the 3 parishes that are completely dry, that are water stressed, that alone will boost the development of that area. It will improve on the economic levels, the economic standards of that area. Meaning, it will improve the livelihood of the households within that area.
Sustainable sanitation systems have transformed public health, preventing disease and restoring dignity in countless communities. By constructing bridges and roads, we've connected isolated villages, unlocking opportunities for trade, education and healthcare access.
When we got to know about Engineers Without Borders, we wrote to them that we need assistance to help us construct the school structures. So when engineers saw our request, actually they picked it, and we're now happy that where we are now, at least they have done something for us, because the situation was really so alarming.
By the time I joined this school, the school had temporary structures which were wooden, and they were not well constructed, but the school had a big number of children by that time. So, and the space was not enough.
We raised those structures, still with community help. Anybody with a pole would bring. Those with all the iron sheets would bring. Whatever any person could afford to help would bring.
And we had the problem whenever it rains, all our pupils were affected. So we were in a mess. We are not in a stable place because there was no structure.
When it rains, we have to send these children to nearby neighbors. So the neighbors knew it because the school is for the community. When rain comes, they just see pupils. The pupils were used to the situation. When rain comes, you find where to run to.
So we thank Engineers Without Borders for this donation to the community, to Good Shepherd Community Junior School.
So they have made an impact that even children, those school dropout children, now they are getting education.
And now, ever since this structure has been started on the ground, we have seen a lot of changes in this community. Number one, the population of the children has increased.
This year, 2024, I've concluded the academic year with 673 pupils. Yes, boys 312, the rest are girls.
Our mission as Engineers Without Borders is twofold. It's about the people, and especially the people that are underserved and that require sustainable engineering solutions. So we exist to provide support, sustainable engineering solutions to these communities to ensure they have access to basic social services of water access, energy infrastructure, and of course community empowerment. We do this in partnership with them. We build on their local knowledge, their capacities. But at the same time, we also work to develop, to nurture the future engineers who will be able to continue to work on these projects, work in the community to sustain the services within the community so that they can serve them for a long time.
And this organization has brought in new innovations. Innovations in the sense that it is helping to go to areas which we were not giving much attention to. For example, water and sanitation in health centers. Previously, you would find the government programs are focusing on water for drinking in the rural areas, in the villages, in the towns. But water and sanitation in the health centers was not being given much attention.
In 10 years' time from now, we would really want to have reached maybe about 5 million people in the communities that we serve in Uganda and in the region. And we also wish to have built capacity of about maybe 2,000 young engineers to be able to sustain the interventions within the communities, but also to continue impacting communities with sustainable solutions that we are providing, and be able to, of course, continue to rally more engineering volunteers. Currently, we depend a lot on engineering expert volunteers from the US.
Empowering local leaders, engineers and community members through providing skills and knowledge to sustain progress ensures lasting impact even after our departure.